We are 3 weeks away from UFC 324, the first card of the Paramount Plus era. And how is Dana White celebrating the end of the $80 pay-per-view? By feeding one of the most violent men in the UFC to a scouser with a bowl cut. Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje for the interim lightweight title. It's the fight nobody asked for, but everyone is going to watch. Let's look at the facts. Paddy the Baddy is 7-0 in the UFC. On paper, he's elite. In reality, he's the most carefully curated project since the Pyramids. He gets a gift decision against Jared Gordon, beats the ghost of Tony Ferguson, and then finishes Michael Chandler, a man who has the fight IQ of a literal goldfish. The UFC knows Paddy is their biggest British Isles cash cow now that Conor is busy tweeting from a yacht. They need him to have the belts. And they can't have him fight Topuria yet because Topuria is currently the most expensive asset in Europe. So what do? They call up the man who has spent the last decade having his brain turned into sourdough bread for our entertainment, Justin Gaethje. Justin is what? 37 years old? He has like 26 wins, 5 losses, and approximately 0 remaining fucks to give. He's coming off a bounce-back win against Chimaev. But let's be real, the Holloway KO changed his DNA. The UFC isn't giving Justin the shot because he is the rightful contender. They're giving him the shot because he's the perfect high name value victim. He's a former interim champ who is finally slowing down. Paddy is a -230 favorite. Do you understand how insane that is? The bookies think a guy who was struggling with Jordan Levitt is going to walk through the man who killed Dustin Poirier. They are betting on Justin's chin finally giving up the ghost under the bright lights of the Paramount Plus debut. And where is the real champ? Ilia Topuria is on a break. He's handling personal business. Which could also mean the UFC told him to sit out so they could manufacture a champ versus champ mega fight for the summer. If Paddy wins the interim belt, the UFC has the biggest fight in European history. Paddy versus Topuria in a stadium. It's a license to print money. Justin Gaethje is just the guy they're paying to stand in the way and lose. They're hoping Justin's legendary violence has finally run dry so they can crown their new king without him actually having to fight a wrestler. Look man, I love Justin Gaethje. He's one of the reasons I watch the sport. But watching the UFC use him as a stepping stone for a guy who chats more than he fights feels greasy. It's the Paramount Plus era. What can you say? It's all about the clicks now. Is Paddy going to pull off the ultimate heist and become a UFC champion? Or is Gaethje going to do what he does best and ruin the UFC's plans with one last glorious, terrifying KO? Tell me in the comments. Is this a well-deserved title shot or the most obvious setup in MMA history? Like and subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.
Low to the body. You see Canelo, you see Joshua do it. They go low to the body and go high. You see that's a one boom. So